if you've already bought Bitcoin, if you've already bought some other cryptos, you are ahead of just about everyone out there. There's a very small group of people that are actually in on this rally. This is the most hated rally. This is the most hated rally because so many people are out of the market. And that's still the case here today. I want to show you all the groups of people that are out of the market. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on that bell notification so you can see future videos like this in the future as soon as they come out. There are also links down there to Margex and to Blofin. Of course, whenever you put your cryptocurrency on an exchange, there's an inherent risk in that. But also, if you want to trade, you have to put it on an exchange. And these are two exchanges that I like. Neither have KYC, neither require a VPN, and both of them give deposit bonuses and have really cool features. Blofin has 270 plus different crypto trading pairs, and Margex allows you to use all different kinds of collateral for different trades. As you can see, crypto has done extremely well over the last 90 days. I don't think I have to tell you that. You know, because you've been checking your portfolio about 18 times a day. Now, I just want to say, if you've made it to this point, congratulations. You are one of the few people out there that have been able to make it. A lot of people saw the Bitcoin bottom, and it was right around the same time that FTX was collapsing. They thought we were going to dump down to 15K. If you're watching this video, you probably realized after it came back up that you couldn't wait, or you're buying the whole way, or you held since the last peak. So a lot of us, I think, bought throughout the entire dip, throughout the entire bear market, and now we're being handsomely rewarded. Now, there are a lot of people that never got to buy. Pretty much everyone except for us, the people watching this video, are sidelined. There are record amounts of cash in money market funds. I've talked about this. I'm not going to explain it again, but nearly $6 trillion. Record amounts. Now, not all that's coming into crypto, obviously, but still, some of it will come into crypto. So big money and institutions are sidelined. A lot of people are just, there's so many people I know that are a little bit older, that have a lot of money, that just are happy with 4 or 5%, which is great until they start lowering it, and then you have to get back into the market. So there are a lot of people that will buy that are just happy to get their 4 or 5% now. There are also a lot of crypto visitors from the last cycle or new degens that haven't bought yet. They were waiting for Bitcoin to go lower, or they got burned from some altcoin or exchange during the last bull market. And those are the people that say, oh, I'm not buying now. I'll wait until Bitcoin hits 15 or 14. If we ever get there, they'll say, nope, it's still falling. I'll buy it when it's hit the bottom. And of course, you can't time that. But those are the people that are visitors that will come in and continue to pile more and more money into the market as we continue to move up. They're the people that get caught at the top. One other group that I didn't even include in this list are the people that are actually decently smart in crypto, maybe too smart for their own good. So they maybe sold somewhat near the top, maybe a little bit after, maybe once Bitcoin hit 50,000 or something. Okay, this is a confirmed bear market, they say. And then they wait the whole bear market. They buy a little bit too late. They buy a little bit too little. And then they never fully get positioned in the market. I mean, how many YouTubers do you know that were very bearish, stopped making videos, and then never got their full allocation? I, like you probably, bought throughout the entire bear market. I took it as an opportunity to continue to dollar cost average, and we're some of the only people that are actually in this market. Now, why do I bring this up? The key is to stick around in crypto as long as possible. Those are the people that seem to win. You have to wait pretty much 2 cycles to make money in crypto. Now, that's not true for everyone, but most people will get in at the top because that's when the most people are coming into crypto, and most people won't sell. And the other reason I bring it up is people will soon flood back in. Or as I said, people will soon flood back in soon. So people will flood back into crypto because there's too much money sitting on the sidelines. There are too many gains to be had. People will think when Bitcoin's at $130,000 and when they ask you, hey, should I buy Bitcoin? And you're like, I don't know, I'm selling, but it could go up further. They'll say, oh, well, if it can go up to 150 or 200, well, it seems like a good risk to reward ratio, right? They'll say, oh, I'll just put in some money. When you know that it's probably just as likely that we fall back down to 80. We could peak out at 125. So those people will come in late and help pump our bags. We're already seeing that now with people continuing to feel FOMO, continuing to smash buy. We're starting to see institutions do that too. We know some institutions have been buying. And I talk about how rare Bitcoin is all the time, how it's so hard to get your hands on one Bitcoin or zero point 0.1 Bitcoin. You can just look at the price. Obviously, most people can't afford a $44,000 investment. Most people will never be able to get 0.1 Bitcoin even once it continues to rally up. Think about $200,000 Bitcoin. People can't afford 20,000 even if they dollar cost average. That's not to say you shouldn't try, but as you can see here, you are ahead of 99.98% of people if you buy and hold one Bitcoin. Math, 1 million divided by 8 billion is 0.0125. Just hodl it. I think it's even more rare than that. There are 1 million addresses that have one Bitcoin. But how many people have multiple addresses? Probably, I'd say there's probably only 500,000 people that actually have one full Bitcoin. Now, there are companies that hold 170,000, for example, like MicroStrategy, and there are people that own that company that might own enough to actually have one Bitcoin of the company's Bitcoin. But that's not exactly the same thing. Still, 500,000 divided by 8 billion is a lot less than 0.01%. So the fact is, most people will never get to 0.1 Bitcoin. Most people won't ever get to 0.25 Bitcoin. Most people won't ever get to 1 Bitcoin. Really, if you take the average amount that people can have, it's incredibly small. If you account for the Bitcoin that's lost, there's probably only going to be about 0.002 Bitcoin for everyone. And that's not even including all the people that are just holding long term. So most people will never be able to get anywhere close to the amount of Bitcoin you probably have if you're watching this video. And if you think we're overheated, we have been moving up a lot, but take a look at Google Trends data. Barely a blip. We're barely moving up in terms of search volume for Bitcoin. We also are still only at 0.5 standard deviations from the short-term holder cost basis. This is comparable to other pre-halving rallies marked by blue arrows. This is coming from the rational root. As you can see here, 2012 rally, we moved up above that 0.5 level of standard deviation. 2016, same thing. 2019, same thing. And then 2023, we've moved up still at that 0.5. Now, we could go further. We could also fall, right? Like 2019, we moved up and then we fell a decent amount after that. And then we continued the rally. So we're still early. There's no way of knowing where Bitcoin's going to go short term. People always want to know that. There's no way of knowing. Of course, you can play TA. That's something that I've been doing more of. We've been really bullish too. So people are very excited. People continue to pile money into the market. And we still have some big catalysts out there. Even in the next month, this is the last day of that period for the SEC to look and approve those spot ETFs. Everything seems to be going perfectly. So I think the market will probably continue to maybe consolidate a little bit, then rally a little bit, consolidate, rally. We'll take a dip at some point, but we have not seen a dip in a while since we went to 35.7. Where we were at like 38 a few days before and then fell down to 35.7. That's when I made my video. This dip is meant for buying, basically saying, hey, if you can afford to buy the dip in bull markets, that's typically a good thing to do. Now, I continue to accumulate. Like I've said in previous videos, I'm not really buying too heavily, really much at all. I'm buying a few altcoins here and there, but I am getting paid in Bitcoin and I continue to hold a lot of crypto. I have not sold really anything, no big positions that is. So if you want to know what I'm doing, you can check out the Patreon. Otherwise, I'm excited. This is a good market that we're in. We're going to start losing sleep here sometime soon. I already know it. We'll be too excited to sleep. We'll see coins rallying 30% overnight. I'm already feeling like that in the morning. Like the first thing I do is look at my wife, of course. she's still sleeping. So then I go over to my phone, check messages, check crypto's price, see what's going on, see what's rallied a lot. And that will probably be the case for the next year and a half. Now, let me know your thoughts. If you want to see future videos like this, if you want to stay up to date with the newest information, I make videos so many times throughout the day. I think we're only going to have 2 or 3 videos today. This is the only one I'm recording, but I have still some videos from my interview with Crypto's R Us, George, and I have another video that I think is really interesting too that you might be interested in watching. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.